Hello MotoGP fans. Welcome back to ZNGP Today. Ducati's MotoGP future looks secure for now despite renewed speculation that Volkswagen could restructure its brand portfolio, including a possible sale of the Italian marque. Volkswagen's measured public statement did not name Ducati directly but framed the discussion within a wider corporate realignment driven by market pressures and the need for greater efficiency. World Ducati Week returns to Misano for 2026 as Ducati celebrates its centenary, with a revamped Race of Champions format and a star-studded entry list led by reigning MotoGP champion Marc Márquez. The three-day festival, July 3rd to 5th, blends celebration, exhibitions and on-track competition, offering fans a more sporting Race of Champions that mirrors a mini-race weekend. The VR46 racing team and Ducati have extended their factory-supported partnership through the 2029 MotoGP season, the teams announced in a joint statement. The renewal cements VR46's role as Ducati's principal satellite outfit, guarantees access to factory equipment and technical support, and underlines both parties' commitment as MotoGP approaches a major regulatory shift in 2027. Marc Márquez reflected on his career, injuries and evolving riding style in a wide-ranging interview at World Ducati Week, describing how physical setbacks have forced him to temper instinct with control. The Ducati rider revisited defining moments, explained why spectacular saves are now rarer, and paid tribute to the qualities he admires in rivals such as Valentino Rossi, Casey Stoner, Jorge Lorenzo and Dani Pedrosa. Don't forget to click subscribe button and the bell icon for MotoGP news updates. Recent reports suggested Volkswagen might consider selling some of its non-core assets, sparking questions about Ducati's long-term ownership. Volkswagen responded to media inquiries with a formal statement that avoided naming specific brands while acknowledging the group is reviewing its structure and strategy. The reply was cautious. It neither confirmed nor denied any sale, instead placing Ducati's future inside a broader conversation about the group's transformation. Ducati is widely regarded as one of the most influential names in two-wheeled motorsport and road bikes, thanks to recent dominance in MotoGP and high-profile technical advances such as aero development. That combination of racing success and brand cachet makes Ducati attractive to potential buyers should Volkswagen decide to divest. Any sale would likely draw strong interest from strategic and financial suitors given Ducati's global recognition and commercial potential. Volkswagen's statement emphasized structural challenges facing the automotive industry, tariffs, tougher competition and shifting markets, and argued the group must become leaner and more focused. The company framed potential portfolio moves as part of a necessary realignment to protect long-term competitiveness. The message positioned any future decisions as strategic rather than reactive, aimed at preserving investment capacity and technological development across the group. Industry observers note that ownership changes do not automatically translate into immediate sporting upheaval. Ducati's MotoGP program is a high-value asset with deep technical expertise and commercial partners. A new owner would likely preserve the factory effort to protect brand value and racing credibility. In short, while ownership could change, Ducati's role in MotoGP is unlikely to be materially weakened overnight. Continuity would be in the commercial and sporting interest of any buyer. For now, Ducati remains part of Volkswagen's portfolio and will continue its MotoGP commitments. Volkswagen said any structural decisions will follow internal review and supervisory board approval, signaling a deliberate process rather than an imminent sale. Ducati's day-to-day operations and racing program therefore face no immediate disruption. Fans and teams can expect normal sporting activity to continue while the corporate conversation plays out at boardroom level. Although speculation about Volkswagen's wider restructuring has reignited questions over Ducati's ownership, the Italian marque's MotoGP future appears stable in the short term. Volkswagen's statement framed any potential moves as part of a careful, group-wide realignment. Should a sale ever proceed, Ducati's racing pedigree and commercial value mean its presence in MotoGP would remain a priority for any prospective owner. Misano becomes the epicenter of Ducati fandom as the marque marks 100 years since its founding in Bologna. World Ducati Week combines factory displays, fan activities and track action, with the Centenary Day falling on Saturday, July 4th, a focal point for ceremonies and special programming. The weekend is both a public celebration and a practical testbed for Ducati's community and racing culture, drawing riders from MotoGP, World SBK and International Series. The Race of Champions adopts a more complete sporting structure in 2026, free practice and qualifying on Saturday, followed by a warm-up and the main race on Sunday. The headline race is scheduled for Sunday, July 5th at 12:40 p.m. and will be streamed on the official MotoGP website, with additional coverage expected on platforms such as DAZN Spain and Ducati's YouTube channel. Turning the event into a mini-weekend raises the competitive stakes while preserving the spectacle fans expect. The entry list features top MotoGP names. Marc Márquez headlines the grid alongside Pecco Bagnaia, in one of his final Ducati appearances before his Aprilia move, test rider Michel Pirro, and VR46 representatives Fabio Di Giannantonio and Franco Morbidelli. Gresini's Alex Marquez and Fermin Aldeguer will be absent due to injury. The mix of current factory stars, test riders and VR46 talent ensures the Race of Champions remains both competitive and high-profile. World SBK contributes a strong contingent led by championship leader Nicolo Bilega, joined by Iker Lecuona, Alvaro Bautista, Jari Montella, Lorenzo Baldassari, Alberto Sura and Taryn McKenzie. The grid is rounded out by international names such as Tommy Bridewell, Cameron Bobier, Hafiz Siren, Josh Waters and Lucas Tolovic. The global roster underlines Ducati Week's international reach and gives fans a rare chance to see riders from multiple series on the same track. Beyond the main race, expect special centenary features, manufacturer showcases and fan activations across the weekend. The new format makes qualifying and race strategy part of the spectacle, while the Race of Champions on Panigale V4S machines remains the headline attraction. Broadcast options include the MotoGP website stream, Ducati's official channels, and regional partners. For fans unable to attend, the official MotoGP stream and Ducati's digital platforms are the best ways to follow the action live. World Ducati Week 2026 at Misano promises a rare blend of pageantry and genuine competition as Ducati marks 100 years. With Marc Márquez among the marquee names, a refreshed Race of Champions format and a global field from MotoGP and World SBK, the weekend is set to be both a celebration of the brand and a competitive showcase for Ducati riders and machinery. The agreement prolongs a collaboration that began in 2022 and accelerated in 2025 when VR46 assumed the status of Ducati's leading factory-supported team. Under the renewed contract, VR46 will remain an officially supported Ducati squad until at least the end of 2029. Reporter: the extension formalizes VR46's place inside the Borgo Panigale structure and provides continuity for a team that has become integral to Ducati's racing and development strategy. VR46 will continue to run two Ducati Desmosedici machines of differing specification, a current factory spec bike that receives updates through the season and a year-old model with standard specifications. For 2026 that meant the GP26 for Fabio Di Giannantonio, and the GP25 for Franco Morbidelli, with Ducati technical staff embedded in the team. Ducati's statement highlighted the partnership's on-track returns. Since the collaboration began, the VR46 project has contributed multiple victories and podiums, and played a significant role in the Desmosedici's development. The renewal was presented as recognition of the team's consistency, professionalism and competitive results. Ducati's statement. The story continues. The Pertamina Enduro VR46 racing team and Ducati have renewed their agreement, keeping Valentino Rossi's team and Ducati together until the 2029 MotoGP season. The statistics and shared milestones underpin the strategic value of keeping VR46 closely aligned with the factory program. VR46 team manager Uchiyo Solucci framed the renewal as a proud moment and a vote of confidence in the team's work, thanking Ducati leadership and partners for their support. Ducati managing director Luigi Dolidna praised VR46's consistency, passion and contribution to the project, and expressed confidence in continued success. "We are truly proud to announce the renewal of our agreement with Ducati as a factory-supported team in MotoGP for the next 3 years." Quote, Uchiyo Solucci. The public statements emphasized mutual trust and a shared vision as the foundation for the extended partnership. Both sides flagged the 2027 technical reset as a major upcoming challenge: reduced displacement, new tire suppliers and fresh development priorities, and presented the renewal as a way to face that transition from a position of strength. The continuity of factory support and integrated technical collaboration will be central as Ducati and VR46 adapt to the new regulations. The VR46 Ducati renewal to 2029 secures one of MotoGP's most important factory-satellite relationships through a pivotal period for the sport. By guaranteeing factory machinery, technical integration and a clear role within the Ducati family, the deal reinforces VR46's status as a cornerstone of Ducati's racing strategy and positions both organizations to tackle the technical and sporting challenges ahead. Marquez admitted that his willingness to push beyond perceived limits was both a strength and a weakness. Early in his career, he rode without fully recognizing the risks, learning the boundaries only after crashes. Since his injuries, he has deliberately reined in that instinct, seeking a balance between speed and physical sustainability. "I've always gone in without seeing the limit," quote Marquez. The confession framed his recent approach as an evolution: retain the competitive edge while protecting a body that has endured repeated operations. The interview covered the arc of Marquez's medical battles, from the major 2022 surgery to a more recent procedure addressing a radial nerve irritation. He described the latter as smaller but still meaningful, and said it produced a modest improvement so far. He also acknowledged a mistake he regrets: returning to race too soon after a humerus repair, and the long period of pain and uncertainty that followed. Marquez explained that modern MotoGP machines and aerodynamics have reduced the scope for the dramatic saves that once defined his riding. Beyond roughly 62 degrees of lean, the bikes become aerodynamically unstable, and both wheels can begin to slide, making the old recovery techniques impractical. He contrasted that with his Honda years, when the bike's behavior allowed more physical interventions. Marquez recalled nervousness before his first Ducati test after 12 years on Honda, fearing he might not adapt. The reality surprised him. After the first lap, he realized the fundamentals were the same: 2 wheels and a bike, and his doubts evaporated. That early breakthrough helped him accept a new machine and begin a fresh chapter in his career. Marquez said he deliberately avoids thinking he is better than his rivals, a mindset that keeps him driven. He singled out specific virtues in 4 greats: Jorge Lorenzo's consistency, Dani Pedrosa's pure talent, Casey Stoner's explosive speed, and Valentino Rossi's race intelligence. When asked to define his own hallmark, he chose character, persistence in his ideas and approach. "I never want to think that I am better than others." The remarks painted a picture of a rider who combines fierce self-belief with humility and respect for the craft. Marc Márquez's World Ducati Week interview offered a candid portrait of a champion in transition, still fiercely competitive but reshaped by injury, technical change and experience. His acceptance of limits, admiration for rival strengths and renewed focus on longevity add a reflective layer to his title defense, signaling a rider intent on staying fast while racing smarter. Thanks for watching ZNGP Today, and this is your MotoGP news update. And see you next time!